We're also working to learn what the conditions are outside as well. We know that as soon as the jury was called back in and the courthouse started to pick back up with activity, we do know that the supporters for Christopher Schurr kind of cleared out. No word on if they knew exactly what was going to be happening, but they did kind of clear out. A handful of Patrick Lyoya family supporters were still out there as well. So again, on this breaking news, we have a mistrial in the Christopher Schurr trial. Joining us live right now is Deja Barrett and Aaron Sullivan, live outside of the Kent County Courthouse. What is the scene there as we now get this breaking news, ladies?
Good morning. Deja and I were just saying we are absolutely shocked to see all of the Schurr supporters leaving this morning. So we haven't talked to any of them, but we have been here talking with Lyoya supporters, them expressing their concerns about this verdict and this mistrial that was called. A lot of them not wanting to go on camera with us, but we did talk to one gentleman who says he's praying that in the future the people of Grand Rapids can agree on a future decision.
Yeah, again, surprised that those supporters, about a dozen, more than a dozen, were here earlier this morning. And then, you know, the flux of them have since left. Again, not a whole lot of reaction to what we just heard, the breaking news of the mistrial. Not a whole lot of actions out here. A few have expressed their their views and how they're feeling about this. And of course, as the those that are inside come outside, we're waiting to get reactions from those folks, but not a whole lot going on outside the Kent County Courthouse. Rather quiet, for this news to be just released.
Right, and the few Lyoya supporters that are still here, they are vocal, they are talking to media, but they're especially talking to the police that are stationed across the street at Fifth Third Bank. So I'm sure the police here in Grand Rapids do expect more demonstrators to be here later today. But as of right now, there's probably around 10 people here with their Black Lives Matter signs, with their flags, their Justice for Patrick signs that will probably, we assume, will be here later today as well.
Yeah, and of course we'll keep you updated here outside the courthouse while a lot is going on inside. Right. Those folks coming outside, sharing their reactions, those still driving by, blowing, just getting the breaking news. So of course we'll keep you updated on air, online, and on 13 Plus from the latest outside the Kent County Courthouse.
And ladies, I have to ask, what was the reaction when people outside heard that this was a mistrial? Were there anyone out there that showed any emotion to hearing the decision in this case?
They seem disappointed, very disappointed from the Lyoya supporters here. They're sitting right now just kind of embracing each other. Obviously very emotional. They've been out here for a week now, demonstrating, singing, praying. So obviously to hear this isn't what they were hoping for. Wish we could have more people to talk to about what people are saying, but this is the only thing we're seeing right now is that it's calm, but people are upset.
Yeah, I had a gentleman, didn't speak with him directly, but come out very vocal, saying, using some profanity and then exclaiming that just 2 days and the judge has declared a mistrial. So I think a lot of folks were expecting Judge Mims to say, hey, go back and deliberate some more to see if we can come to some type of decision today. So that gentleman was very vocal coming outside, but other than that, not a whole lot going on or being expressed right now, which is actually surprising, as we've seen earlier this week, supporters on each side of the sidewalk here outside. And if you're looking here, folks consoling each other, rather quiet, quiet set right here where usually it's very, vocal and expressive, but not a whole lot to hear right now out here.
And Deja, I know our crews inside will also be trying to find out more answers as to why this verdict came just 2.5 days after it started. I think a lot of people out here are really shocked at how quickly this came about. So definitely questions we're going to be asking today.
All right, Lauren.
Yeah, lots of just emotions, I'm sure, for those folks sitting on the sidewalk, as we were just seeing there, Patrick Lyoya supporters. After finding out the news, we're just hearing from Aaron and Deja that they were consoling each other over this. I'm sure that a lot of people have some interesting reactions as we learn this news of a mistrial. I think both sides were kind of hoping for some sort of resolution one way or the other in this trial. Again, that's tough to say, but of course, it does appear that people are having an emotional reaction to all of this, especially some of the people that have been sitting outside court day in and day out, since this began last Monday. And of course, that is hard to believe that this trial has been going on for the better part of a week and a half, now ending with this mistrial result. And again, it's up in the air as to what the next steps in this case could be, whether the prosecutor asks for a retrial here, or if there is some sort of lesser plea agreement. These are all things that can be considered, but still no ending resolution, it feels, for both sides at this point.